All phones are on silent.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's talk it up. Let's talk it up. Yeah. So listen, I'm not going to go in front of the camera here, but I will say I'm excited for you all because Dr. George Fraser and his team allowed us to be able to host the super coaches in one room to be able to answer questions, because sometimes you could be at a conference and you come to an event and there's so many different pieces of information. It's all good, but some of you are still trying to figure out, where do I get started? Everybody just felt that way? Yes. A little bit. Sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, trying to figure out, where do I start? What are my next steps? How do I start up? How do I grow into a multi-million-dollar business? And do you want it to be real, right? So my name is LaRick Calhoun. They call me the Real Biz Coach. I'm not going to be doing the coaching. I'm going to be doing the facilitation today of our super coaches. Dr. George Fraser, Les Brown, and a couple other fine gentlemen such has been my clients for about 10 years. So I've myself and my wife, Patrice, she's down the hall, and my team to Excel. We've hosted this conference, the trade show area. And so we're in the empowerment business, and we'll be in that business, well, at least I'll be in that business to the day that I am unempowered. You know what that looks like, right? I don't know. I did think, so the real thing is, I'm so much into empowerment. When I do go, I've already asked for it to be an event. I want a program guide. I want sponsors, ads. I don't want everything, which way to just be off the chain. Like, you can get an ad in there, man. It's going to be turned up when the rig go. So, so no, literally, I mean, that's how I live my life, is inspiring, helping other people. So, but today is about you concluding or putting another chink into your chain when it comes down to information. And we want you to ask the coaches your questions. They're not going to just spit no presentation out at you. They're going to give you answers to your questions, and then they'll share within what they do, how what they do may be able to help you with what you are looking to do. Is that okay? Yes. All right. Has the conference been okay for you so far? Yes. All right. How many first timers? What? The whole room. All right. That's what's up. Okay. Well, I can tell you this. If you like what you've seen this year, this was our year coming out of the pandemic. So it gets way better. So stay tuned for next year. So I want to start off by allowing, even though we're in a row, I'm going to allow the young lady to share her name, where she's from, or anything she wants to share, just to tell you a little bit about her background, and then we'll kind of bounce around. We'll go to your left, then we'll conclude over to the right, and then you can begin to ask questions. And all questions are good questions. So everybody's on silent, vibrate. We are recording. So let's start there.
All right. My name is Lindsay Bergner. I'm a mindset expert and speaker. And if any of you are here on the bonus day, then you may have already heard just a piece of my story. For those of you that weren't here, in 2007, I fully recovered from being brain dead and paralyzed after a fatal car wreck. I'm not a ghost, so obviously they were wrong there. But what I do is I help high-achieving leaders who struggle with things like perfectionism, overthinking, and doubt to increase their clarity, confidence, and connections. Because here's the thing, our mindset is at the core of every single thing we do, both personally and professionally. And seeing as I'm sitting here, I know something about mindset, okay? Because I made that full recovery. And so that is what I'm here to do, help y'all with your mindset, because it is so, so important. And let me tell you, I'm a no excuses person, because I'm of the belief if I can literally come back from deathbed, there's no excuse for you to not be achieving your goals.
Right. Also, let's give her a round of applause.
Hello, my name is Gary Ratliff Jr. I'm the founder of G Relations LLC, where we focus on healthy relationships in your life, your career, and your spiritual journey. So these bring balance to you. If your mindset is right and you have balance, you can succeed in anything you want to do. I have 3 businesses. G Relations LLC is one of them. I also own Happy to Invest, which is a real estate investment and strategic investment business where I invest in small Black businesses. I'll say that again. I invest in small Black businesses. I have 2 companies I'm working with right now, and they're doing great things. The 3rd company that I just started at May 16th, hallelujah, hallelujah. HTI Title Co. It's a title insurance company. We're based in North Carolina, but we do serve North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, West Virginia, and New Jersey. I am the only Black male-owned title insurance company in the state of North Carolina. If you want to go from nothing to start up, I'm here to help you out.
All right, how everybody doing?
Great.
Great, that's what's happening. So my name is Jalif Ali, and I too am an entrepreneur. I started my entrepreneurship back when I was really about like 17, and that's the last time I actually worked for anybody. Now, you say, wow, that's a long time, right? Well, it is a time period where I wasn't doing the right thing. Let's just say that. So after my federal sabbatical, all expenses paid by the federal government that provided me food, clothing, shelter, right? I took that incarceration of not being incarcerated physically, but being incarcerated physically, but mentally, I took myself on I would say a PhD, looking to get my master's degree of where I was at. So they was able to lock up my physical, but they was not able to lock up me mentally. I came home, the things that I was doing, it's like I started my business from the inside, and how I did that by just educating myself, building relationships that people who were successful, that did get into some trouble, locked up, I was picking their brains, right? So I talked from Colombians to Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Jamaicans. Everybody was like a successful. Everybody was there, right? And people that were did the MCI scam, took over 120 million there. Some real estate big moguls. I was picking their brain, learning some Spanish while I was in there. So I took a negative and turned it into positive. And I started sending information out to my brother, showing him the blueprint of what he should be doing. He actually was listening to me. He started to do it. Then when I was released, it was like I sent my word before me, right? I really didn't know what exactly I was going to be doing. I thought I was going to start off doing personal training, as far as physical personal training. But I actually walked into a space where I started to invest in real estate. So within 2 years, I amassed over 21 properties, and it was doing really, really good. Crash came, lights out. I was invested at capital gain and not cash flow. So just speeding up, I had my failures in business, and then I had to reinvent myself, which I started a flooring company, which now is the largest Black-owned flooring company in Calhoun, Ohio. All right? So basically, I actually invest in small startup companies. I have 2 360spinners.com. You guys check that out. Black-owned business. I'm very excited about this company because, again, it's Black-owned, all natural vegan products, and I'm excited to push that one forward. And also, what's the other startup we just did?
Blockchain tech.
Blockchain, yeah, in the metaverse. And so like what Dr. George Fraser was speaking about, as far as like this things that's coming, it's like it's already changed, it's already shifted, right? And I really think that this was kind of like they didn't see the foresight of us actually coming together and working together and actually using this opportunity to unite as a people and us taking over. So it's going to be not entertainment, not dribbling basketball or just being a comedian, but entrepreneurship. And this is why we're all in the room today together. So that's a little bit of my story.
right, so who has questions? Who would like to be the first person? What's your question that you would like answered by the super coach? Just pick out the person and ask your question. Any question you ask helps someone else in the room. So even if you're not asking for yourself, ask for a friend.
Okay. So I am in the insurance space, and black male in Phoenix is very dominated by other cultures. What did you do to be able to set yourself apart and really build and scale the title business?
So I'm black.
Yeah.
That set me apart. Number one, I did this in 5 months. I just got my title insurance license in January. I never knew what title insurance was. I had 2 homes. I paid for some title insurance, but I didn't know what it was. But through real estate investing, it's about give and take. I can't keep going to these real estate events and asking for information and not giving something back. So this was my give back. I said, I know something about title insurance, title investigations, trying to find that chain link. And so I said, I'd take that skill set, put it right into that. Past that, February, I tried to find somebody to mentor me. Nobody wanted to mentor me. I said, okay, let me go in, let me sign up for one of these gigs, and I'll go in and I'll learn the entry level. You'll teach me, and then I'm gonna go back out here and run my company. Nobody wanted to let me in. They said, you need 2 to 3 years experience. I'm breaking this down for you. Hope you're taking notes. This is very, very, very important. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna launch my own agency. I called the Department of Insurance. I called the NIPR, which you're gonna be signing up with, the National Insurance Portal. They could not give me any information on how to become a title agent or how to start a title agency. How do you make me pay you for my license, but you can't tell me how to start my business? We have a problem. There's a communication gap here. I called the North Carolina Land and Title Association. This is being recorded and they can hear it loud and clear. I called them up. I said, I need a study guide. Well, we have a study guide, but you need to be a member if you want to get it for free. If you're not a member, you got to pay for it. I said, but you can't be a member unless you have a title agency. Setting me up for failure. They don't want to let me in. So I started studying. I used my own title policies to study. I used my own land contracts to study, and I got in. I passed my exam. They don't want to let me start an agency of my own through them. I started my own agency. I got my own underwriter. I researched, found the top 5 underwriters. I said, I need one of you. I got through the first 4. They all said no to me. The last one said yes. I said, who's the top technology company that's going to allow me to do great work? I called Quality up. They're the top software company for closings. They said, Mr. Ratliff, this is amazing what you're doing. The fact that you are starting this in just 3 months, we want to help you out. They called Stewart. Stewart vouched for me, and I got them signed up. Then I said, I need a new website done. I don't have time to work on these websites. I need to get it up and going. I called the top title company that does websites. They did my website. They signed me up. I said, I'm going to do a partnership. Every time I shout out your name, you're going to get more and more people to come see you because I look like this. They said, Mr. Ratliff, thank you. And the CEO and the COO called me on my personal line and thanked me for giving them a shout out. Who am I? All this to say, do not look at them and be intimidated because they don't want to let you in. Let them know I am not intimidated. I know what I need to do. I have hustle, I have grind, but I also have intelligence. I will show up at your door with my card saying, hey, can we do business now? I'm in business. That's what you got to do. You find your own green print, not your blueprint. Find your green print and show up at their door with your card. If you need some help in doing that, give me a call. If I have somebody in Phoenix that I can connect you with, I'll make it happen.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's keep it rolling.
Oh yeah, they can make me upset.
All right, I have a question. I want to direct it at you two. My name is Azaniah Israel. I'm out of Austin, Texas area. I have a business, Ciroc Consulting, which which has a couple of brands underneath, and the one that I've been promoting today is WSI, which is a digital marketing agency. And I'm trying to bring my family into it, create family business, but some of them have some obstacles and hang-ups that are making it hard for them to get with the program. And so I wanted to direct towards you two because you guys had some pretty rough obstacles that could have made you stop pushing towards your dream. As you came out of your issue with your accident, as you come out of being incarcerated, can you describe some of those real hardships that might have made you want to quit for a moment or not really push forward, but how you got that mindset correct so that you could be where you are today?
That's a good question. Well, man, so you're really taking me back. So when I came home, it really, the road wasn't as rough for me, because remember, I sent my word before me. Mm-hmm. And so my brother had already started establishing and structuring the setup. So fast forward, my hardship came after having some success in the real estate field, and then the 2008 crash when everything turned upside down. Well, I was a part of the bird feed, right? So then I had, was having financial problems. I was upside down. I was over $1 million in debt. They lost my house, lost the vehicle. Coming outside one day with one kid and one arm, and walking to the back, and I'm seeing these black marks in the driveway. And I walk around through the garage, and I realized that they towed my car and they drug it. They drug it out because the wheels was turned all the way around. So yeah, so seeing that, so now having no transportation, right? And then fast forward to that, divorce now because we can't communicate, and so line of communication is totally off. So I'm going through a divorce. I move out. I live in efficiency, a box where I can basically almost, it's bigger than this room. I mean, smaller than this room that I stayed in. And everything I own was in that one room. So it took me about like 2 years. So you're talking about struggle and just having enough, power to still get up, right? But I believe in the power of the word, and that we speak things into existence. And like you said, as far as mindset, and I've always had this, as far as I set my mindset at like a thermometer, a thermostat, not a thermometer, right? So, and just knowing that I was going to persevere. And day after day, I would get up and just go out networking and doing stuff like that, being a part of these events, hearing people's stories, because somebody's story, I'm probably talking to somebody now that's probably going through some stuff financially, not knowing if your rent is going to get paid or anything like that. Like, so I'm traveling with my boys on the bus, right? Bus, I'm talking about going from 3 cars to no car, Range Rover, luxury cars, staying in suburbs and all this, to now catching a bus. So you're talking about humble pie, right? But I had some skill sets. My skill set was I've been incarcerated, and I'm eating ramen noodle soups, and I'm doing all this other stuff. So now I know how to survive. I'm surviving off of $20. Me and my boys sharing a $5. Anybody remember the $5 Subway? Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, $5 foot long. That was big. I was doing the $5 foot long. At the time, I was just eating fish at the time. Now I'm vegetarian, no meat, but we would split that sandwich in 3. Right? So we split that sandwich in 3. The dollar store was my grocery store. Right, I got my toiletries from there. I got the ramen noodles from there, bag of rice, stuff like that, and cooking food in the microwave. So again, this is humbling, but yet I'm still, I got to take care of the boys, and just working and seeing them. Like, they were just keeping me motivated, keeping me inspired. So your question was, how do we get through the rough times? I think by me being incarcerated, that was one of the roughest setbacks for me. that allow me to deal with that. But also just keep it moving forward, knowing that you're gonna have a breakthrough. And I finally had got that breakthrough with my flooring company that I started. And we could talk a little bit more about that, but I want to give you a chance.
Yeah, so I actually interpreted your question a little bit different. Not so much how we get through the rough times, but how can I help them want to do what I'm doing to get through the rough times. And to be honest, everybody can't go. And that is one of the toughest decisions. That's one of the toughest things that we have to deal with as legacy creators, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, especially when it's people you love. Everybody can't go. And we will drain ourselves out trying to drag them along because we all have to make our individual choice to get over the obstacles, to adjust our mindset. So all you can do is plant the seed. Show them what's possible. Show them the opportunities that are available as best as you can. And then they're either gonna pick it up or they're gonna let it go by. But you don't have any control over what they do with what you show them. But you have to be very careful that you don't drain out all of your energy trying to drag them along and keeping on showing them and showing them and showing them, because again, that's the individual decision. And it's tough, it's hard. I know, I've been there many times with many people, but the ones that are meant to go the furthest, they will be there. They will pick it up, they will come along, they will say, hey, what's that next event you're going to? Or how can I help you? Or how can I support you? The ones that won't, they'll just keep making excuses. It'll be 5 years later, new excuse, different day. Same excuse, different month. So we have to remember that. I like to think of it like an analogy, like an elevator. Like we're on the elevator and we're going up, and your relationships, they're on the elevator with you, and we're trying to get to level 5. But you know, in the elevator, you stand in the doorway, the door don't close. You can't move until you move out the way. You're trying to go up and they're standing in the door. And until you let them go on level 2, say, I love you, but I gotta keep going. So be stuck right there with them.
Oh boy, thank you all for being here and taking time to pour into all of us. Right now, we're about to go into the monkeypox era, which is unique. Being in person helps to close a client so much faster than it is to do it online. Online, it takes almost 7 to 25 touch points, and then now you're begging them to put that card into the little sheet. So I would like to know from each of you all's industry, how do you all maximize your sales process, potentially in an offline method versus an in-person? Because after this, I'm not gonna be outside that much. I'm being honest. It's a little scary being here, but I'm by faith. So in general, like I would like to know in everybody's industry how y'all plan to like navigate the potential next wave of everybody being back inside.
I'm gonna jump in on that first, if you don't mind.
Sure.
It's one word: relationships.
Okay.
You have to build a community, and you have to do it together. Because you keep trying to do it on your own, you're never gonna succeed. What's the saying? You want to go fast, go along. You want to go
far, go together.
You know it. It's not. It's simple. Don't.
So is that calling your friends and saying call your friends? Like I need
you
more.
Want, you want business. Okay. So let me. Okay. I apologize.
It's okay.
Business collaborations.
Okay.
This is not for your friends. I mean, same situation here.
Right.
This is not for your friends.
Right.
Your friends are for your social life. We're talking about your career, your business life.
Okay.
That is the singular focus that you have to hone in on. Because if you try to get your friends involved, you're not running for government office. That's when you get your friends involved. I run for government office, so there's a different relationship there.
Right.
But you're focused on business. You need business-minded people to collaborate with you because they're going to add value to the areas where you're not strong in.
Right.
So if you're able to all get on, if you get 10 people out of this room right now saying, hey, we're going to do a virtual conference, You're going to invite 10, you're going to invite 10, you're going to invite 10. That's where your friends come in. Pay for this conference, $20, $25, $100, $500, because I know you got it because you've been at home all this time and you ain't been spending money outside of that.
Yeah.
Boom. Now you're building a pot.
Yeah.
You take that pot that you have, say we're going to take 25% from this pot, and we're going to make sure we have an annual budget to do this exact same conference. We have that set to the side. Then you break up your profits, and then you do individual coaching from that one collaboration that you did. Okay. And you keep building models like that. That's one model. I just gave you a revenue stream. Did you write it down?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did the Walk by Faith conference. It was completely virtual. I made a profit of $23.
Hallelujah.
And I'm
take the
just
profit.
Take the profit of 23. And with that, I had over like 40 speakers. Of course, mine had technology at the core of it, and I had life coaching, and then I had growth. So also faith, tech, and growth. So I understand that, I appreciate that. So it's just more so like really tapping in with everybody in this room. We started a Facebook group, and then we're gonna say we're gonna use our relationships to navigate the monkeypox. That's what we saying, right? Off of this? Okay. I'll have a Google form by the time we get out of here, so y'all put y'all information.
There you go.
Because that's where it's at. It's relationships.
Okay.
If you don't build a relationship, you're not going to make it. I'm sorry, your business is not going to last. Because I'm loving to hear that the blockchain technology that you're invested in, because blockchain is here. Yeah. I've got to figure it out for my industry. Because you heard Nigel Roberts get up there and she smacked me in my face. She said title insurance companies will be obsolete in 5 to 10 years. Text, blockchain, setting up my coaching right now.
Yeah.
That's the difference between people who last and people who don't last. You have to be able to adapt like that. And those key relationships, now I have that relationship with Naja, and she's going to train me on this blockchain technology. So I will not experience being obsolete in 5 to 10 years. So build those relationships.
Yeah, if I can respond on that too. So your net worth, everybody's net worth will be connected to your network. And what you're doing now, and what we all here are doing now, is building up our network. And like the brother just put it, like relationships, right? So relationships is very key. But for me, it's not attaching yourself to the outcome. Right? Having posture on whether you buy from me or not.
Yeah.
Right? And when I disconnected myself and stopped looking thirsty for the sale, it came to me. Right? Because I had that confidence. I remember when I started the flooring company, it was only charging $1.75 a square foot. That's where my confidence level was at. That's where my posture was at, right? But I knew that I had more value to give. So once that my posture grew and I got more confident, then I was more confident to sell what I was worth. Because I knew that I was delivering more value than what it was I was charging, right? And so if you turn me down and I know that I'm the best at what I do, and I give you this price and you tell me no, it's your loss, not mine. Yeah. Right? So that's it for me. Like, disconnect yourself from the yes, or whether or not that they want do business with you or not. And then, like what Q was saying, just like talk to more people. Yeah. Connect with your network. Yeah.
That's good. Did you? What was the third?
She wanted all.
Everybody.
Repeat the original question.
Yeah, just as we go to the potential, well, I mean, it's here, the monkeypox energy. It's just like how to navigate more of the closing sales from not in person, like virtual sense, because it's just a little bit harder than when you can shake hands and talk to somebody, get that energy in person.
Yeah, so he said build relationships, and he said detach from the outcome, and then remember to be authentic. Because people are constantly selling. I'm sure you've had those people They just friend request if you accept them, and then, hey, go join my Facebook group, buy my course. Like, I don't know you. Like, you don't want it, we don't want it, and you might think, oh, it's only one person, but we're getting them from 50 different people. So that gets annoying. People don't like that. They will tune you out with the quickness, especially whenever it's a new relationship.
Yeah.
So nurture that relationship with service. Hey, how can I support you today? Oh, I like your dress. I have a dress just like that. Oh, where are you going on vacation? Build those authentic relationships. Be genuine. Be of service. And think of it more as a give rather than a take. And eventually, it's going to be reciprocated, where people are going to be giving to you because you're out there giving, whether it's the same person or not. But just be really authentic and building those genuine relationships, because that's what people are attracted to. People want to be attached to movements and communities. They don't want to be sold to all the time. But if you have a brand that stands for something, that is making a difference, people like this. They want to feel good. Like, oh, what is this that you're doing? Like, create a community. Do you have something like that for your business?
Yeah, they call me the pretty plug.
Okay.
I build my brand off of helping other people and amplifying other people's voices, because I see people that are underestimated, and they're amazing. So I have a podcast, a TV, well, it's YouTube, so it's like TV shows. And then
Name of your podcast.
Walk by Faith Show.
You gotta say this.
Oh, okay. I was gonna put it in the form. So the Walk by Faith Show, I'm Jazz, the pretty plug. I motivate, I educate, and I inspire people to be all they're called to be, simply by walking by faith and launching their goal. Their goal is the gifts that only the Lord delivers. So it's like life coaching. And then I have a full-scale digital media agency where I take everything you do and I put it online. I have over 20,000 supporters across multiple different platforms and channels, and then I just partnered with somebody who does all the video productions, the photography, and also like can launch podcasts and things of that nature. So I literally can do everything branding.
Okay.
You worried about money?
And the thing is, it's only so, like, to get people from online, when you're behind the screen, it's just like it takes you longer. The sales cycle.
Change the language. Change the language.
Okay.
Yes. Change the language. The language, because your word sounds power.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And you attract.
Yes.
From the word. Right.
Yes.
So you speak things into existence. When you say get,
okay,
you're trying to get something. Attract.
Become
a person of influence. Become a person that people want to come to you, so you become an attraction instead of trying to get. And I know that you're not that.
Yes.
But when we speak things, we speak things into existence.
Correct.
Right? No matter if you believe it or not, your word sounds power. So you always want to be mindful of the words that you use. Those handicapped words are like trying. No, we try nothing. We only do.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there to say that you're doing it. So what you're telling someone is really, well, if I don't make it, you know that I tried.
Yeah.
Right? So you're giving yourself a way out. Right. No, so eliminate any handicapped words and stuff like that that you recognize. Right. And sometimes it's a habit, so you have to break the habit, but once you speak it, you call it back and you put the right verbiage out there.
Okay. And I want you to do a challenge. Like, go to your main social media and just say, what is it that you think I do? And see the answers that you get. Okay. Because it sounds like you do some amazing stuff, but I lost half of it before you were even finished. And other people are not going to pick that up either. So do that and see the different answers that you get and see if they even know what it is that you really do.
Okay.
And then take that from there and then ask yourself, what do I stand for? Like, what can people connect to and be a part of? Because that's what's going to keep them following you. No matter what you do, they're going to follow you for you. That's what sets you apart from her or from him or from her. What is your differentiator that they like you? Because people will follow who they know, like, and trust, no matter what you sell.
Right.
You gotta say that one more time.
No matter what you're selling, people will follow you and they know, like, and trust you. And you could rebrand, be doing one thing this year and something else next year. But if they like you, they will still follow you. And then if the new thing is not for them, they'll still follow you, but then they'll refer you to somebody else.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you have to be clear on that, and they have to know what it is that you do and be able to relate that to somebody else. Otherwise, they're gonna say, "Oh, she sells makeup. You need some makeup?" Even though you sell makeup and they've been friends with you, but they don't understand that that's what you do.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Question.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is the space for this, but what I want to get into is strategic scalability. And my name is Terrence Oliver, and I'm a tenured professor at UNC Chapel Hill. And I have thank you. And I have a motion graphics company where we do motion graphics and animation. And I have about 10 to 12 people who I can call on who work for me. But I'm looking at like next level and how do you get to that scalability? And I don't know if this is a space for it, like I said, but if you all have any wisdom with that. I do have some good mentors, but I haven't addressed this yet, and I will. But that, since I've been here, I'm thinking about the next level because, you know, being a tenured professor, that kind of thing, I do my thing there. You know, my students are brilliant. Students win a lot of awards, all of that kind of stuff. I'm doing great, you know, with my animations. I focus on medical and engineering. Duke is one of my clients. I mean, I have a lot of different clients, and we're doing fine, but it's just like, now what's that next level and how do I move forward with scalability? So, and I don't know if this is something that you all have dealt with, but that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm gonna stay in my lane. I don't deal with scale.
Go ahead, I'll touch on it. Okay, well, this from my sure. So my first question would be like, what? Give me a number, or where kind of like where you are right now.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I do have. I mean, even what's his name, Robert.
Michael Roberts.
I mean, Michael Roberts. He even wants me to do some things already. So different people I've connected with, Brian, already just like, I want you to do some things in Byron. And so the thing is I have to be ready for the next level. And so you have to do that before they make the big request. And so what I'm trying to do is right now, you know, I'm a professor at UNC, so I have that responsibility, but I've always been able to manage and juggle. And then also, the people who work for me are people who I've trained at UNC. You know, they've gone on and they're in the field, but they're my go-to people. Hey, I need you to do this, do that, or whatever. But now I'm thinking next level of, you know, how do you scale on this grand, you know, in this grand scheme.
Right, you said something, you said that you have Mike and someone else, right, that's looking, basically Myron, to partner up with you.
Right.
Basically, right?
Right.
So you already doing that thing.
Right.
Right, so now you basically take the thing that you're doing and you like track it, you know, you create exactly what it is that you're doing, and then you basically giving that model to Myron and Mike, right? And I mean, that's your scale. Right. That's your scalability. So what I'm doing with my flooring company is the way that we're scaling. So I know that I can do 5,000 square feet with one crew in a week, right? So now what my goal is now, they go get a second crew, and they do 5,000. So the same thing that takes me to do the 5,000, then I go build another crew up, and then I do that there. And so a goal that we're having is to get, you know, to do 28,000 square feet a week, right? Which generates about like 5 million a year. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so those numbers, all right, sounds big, but then I broke it all the way down to where I know my numbers. I need 5,000 square feet. That's about 5-6 different trucks. So I'm doing all my numbers. I got my big number of 5 million, and I broke it all all the way down to where, okay, I just duplicated this many times. They give me my overall picture. So that's scalability. That's how I see it. Save the number that it is that you want. Now, how do I get here? And then break it all the way down. Once you break it all the way down, now you take action and you build it. When you build it, and that's the most simplest way to scale.
Yeah, that makes sense. Put the numbers out there, project in, go forward. Yeah, excellent.
A lot of times when I hear people say scalability, I have to ask the question about management.
Right.
Because a lot of times people are asking about scalability, but the problem is really a management problem. So you're saying you have these people, but how dependable are they?
Correct. They're very dependable, but I'm finding myself out here like, do this, do that, and I don't have like a second tier manager, although I do have a daughter who does this, but she lives in Shanghai, China. So we are 24/7 as far as that is concerned, but when, you know, she's 12 hours difference, and so, you know, I probably need another manager, you know, so I may be answering my own question.
Yeah.
Numbers,
Yeah.
systems.
Yeah.
You have a life.
Right.
Numbers, systems. You have a life. You need to know your numbers.
Yeah.
You need to build your systems because you have a life.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught up in the minutiae of the business and the business becomes your life, you're going to lose more than opportunity and money.
Right.
Families important.
Right.
I want to throw,
Times
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Your
I want
health
to throw
is
something in
important.
from the back too, just on that, and then maybe a nugget for each of you. You also have a program. A lot of people miss the during the Great Gold Rush. The people that made the money were the people that sold the shovels. So sometimes you got to start selling the shovels because everybody's trying to figure out a way to make money. That's the gold rush. How do I make money during this new digital force, monkeypox / COVID / whatever else, right?
Yeah, right.
So if you found a way to be able to create a way to make money, then you can turn around and, as an educator, create a template for that, and then sell the template, sell the shovel. So then you put a number to that, you mark it online, give it to the digital marketing lady, animate it the way you would do it, and then allow people to interact with it, and then purchase it at the end, the how-to. And now it scales as well. So that's something I want to mention, and everybody in here can do that as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So she had her hand up. She put her.
That side is high. We wasn't allowed to.
That's how it is.
I'm going to let the moderator moderate.
I can go after that young lady.
Oh,
Okay, thanks, Rick. For your question there, first of all, I do government contracting, and there is so much money there, especially North Carolina, the governor just allotted $201 million for small businesses to start. Now, you are a professor, you have influence, and you can create your own opportunity to pitch it. SBIR, which is Small Business Innovation Research, again, to start a research grant. AI, technology, and staff augmentation are the top two things that the government buys. On every corner, I would guarantee there's a help wanted sign. So if you're not in staff augmentation, that's something to think about. It's easy to broker.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I am in the VR space and
Yeah.
all of that as well. So.
Create your own. Create your own. That's what top universities do all the time. I'm from Indiana, Purdue University, for instance. Anybody that has an electric car, they started a program partnering with GM, where when you drive, instead of waiting 30 minutes at a station to charge, when you drive over an electric pad, now they're piloting this, but think outside the box. Think outside the box how you can take that AI and do something innovative, because the money's on the table.
Thank you so much.
And if you need help with that, I'm historically going to utilize business for the state of North Carolina, so we can work on some things.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you.
Great, y'all do it. Yeah, y'all do it. The Bank of Brilliance, the whole room, my mentor used to say, is already in the room. It all walked in. That's why I'm making sure when you all leave, you all, we're going to give you a way for us to all keep you all connected to everything. We got a few more minutes left. I want to make sure you get the toughest questions you have. Don't be afraid. There you go. There you go. All right, you got our young lady over here. got you.
My question is, well, actually, I would like you to expound on your black business investment. I think you said you invested in certain black businesses. So is that like a philanthropic initiative, or are you investing as a business?
A business.
Okay, can you talk more about that?
You gotta pay me back. So,
Shark Tank.
it's not Shark Tank. I'm very reasonable. I started with individuals that I've seen over the years. So I've watched them for the past 2 or 3 years and what they did with their business. So much like Job, I failed a lot. So I don't want another entrepreneur to go through the failure and the feeling that I had going down to my basement at night crying like, oh my gosh, I lost that much money today? I can't believe it. Oh my goodness, how did I do that? And I didn't have anybody to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, can you coach me and tell me how to get out of this rut? So I became the resource. I couldn't get a resource, I became the resource. So I invested in Good Life Junk Removal. It's out of Randolph and Boston, Massachusetts. They do serve the entire New England region. That's a $21 billion industry. And this young man, he had been doing it out of his pickup truck for the first 2 years. He hired a couple of, how do you say it, individuals who just showed up. And he started loading up that truck. And then contractors began to see him because he's also a real estate agent. And they started sending him to construction sites. So his thing to me was, I need to expand, I need to scale. I said, what is your management? What is your business plan? So sitting down with him and going over the numbers and seeing the systems that needed to be in place, he's now on track to start buying several trucks and hiring people just from my one investment. But also, I coach him. I do small business consulting. So I have to do that aspect to make sure my money gets back to me, but also in the second, that you're also going to be able to scale and build out your business. The second one is H804 Kennels out of Richmond, Virginia. Very small, boyfriend and girlfriend. They wanted to breed dogs. Ah, okay, we'll see you in 2 years. 2 years, they're still going. They need to open up the yard to put more dogs, house more dogs. Now, I'm not that versed in the industry, but I can tell you what, $14 billion, you got my attention. So they're doing breeding and they're also doing training. Next year, Q3, we're hoping to start doing a crowdfunding so that they can do their mobile training business. They'll be going around to these affluent neighborhoods, showing up with their truck, put your dog in the truck, get them on the treadmill, we'll groom them, but we'll also be able to breed other dogs of this kind. I hope that was the kind, what do you call it? The breed, yeah, the breed, yeah. See, I told you, I don't have to know too much about the industry, but I know how to do the business. So we're gonna scale that way because they had an idea, but I needed to see, are you serious about this? Come back in 2 years. If you're still in operation, I'll give you some seed money to grow. So that's what I do.
One thing you said is that you became the resource, and I want to make sure that doesn't go over everybody's head, because oftentimes we're searching and looking for the blueprint to make us do what it is that we're trying to do, but sometimes we're purposed to become the blueprint. We're legacy builders, legacy creators. Some of us are breaking generational traumas, and we are the ones meant to bring wealth and break patterns of poverty to our bloodline. So if you're struggling and struggling and struggling to find the 101 manual, maybe that's your cue that you are to create it.
Man, that's a round of applause. Yeah, you. You talking about all y'all.
I have a question. My name is Jordan McKenzie. I have my own clothing brand. It's called Barber Apparel. My question for you guys is that what are some incentives that I can incorporate on my online website to get people to check out? Because I have a lot of abandoned carts when I send it to my site, but when it comes to in-person transactions, I have no issue with selling apparel to people in person.
I paid somebody to do my Shopify, so.
Can I help with that question? So again, my business is called WSI. We simplify the internet. And one of the things we do is make an ineffective website effective. And the problem with a lot of websites is you don't understand the customer journey through that website. And so you're leading them to the wrong place. And so in Trevor Ox, he spoke about funnels. And a funnel's job is to guide you directly to that one thing you want them to do.
Right.
And so your website may suffer from the fact that it has too much going on. It's distracting. It may be leading them down to a different place and to the point where they don't make a decision. So if you like, I can give you a free consultation.
All right.
I'm glad you said that. That actually made me think of one thing I always do as a business is put myself in the customer's shoes and think about the times I've been a customer, what I liked and what I didn't like, and then make sure that I'm not doing the things that I didn't like in my own business. And this is for everybody to know that the more that your customer has to click to get to they want, with every new click, you're gonna lose them. So if they have to click 10 times to check out one thing that they added to their cart, you're gonna lose them by the second or third click. So make sure it's as simple as possible.
I wanted to touch on that. So when I do my online stuff, I try to make it almost so easy for you to buy. My website is very simple. It's not a lot going on. It's very clean. And I try to just make them like just 1, 2 clicks for you to be able to check out. But I'm not sure about the, I guess it's the stigma of me just being a local brand. People don't want to wait on their clothes. Other than doing a local brand.
Right. That's your only lead holding you back right there.
Well, I mean, I was actually told by someone like, yeah, I want to buy it off your website. I can just hit you up, bro. You can stay around with it.
Set boundaries.
I do.
Unfortunately, this is how you can purchase. Even if you're down the street, I have a process for a reason.
Because I have a pickup location available on my website, local pickup, if they want to do that option. But I need the chocolate to come through my Shopify.
Let's connect offline.
Okay.
There's a different issue there. It's not the website.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so my name is Brother Darius X. I operate a small barber studio out of Tempe, Arizona. I've amassed a big book of business, 3,500 customers.
Wow.
I'm on track to make 6 figures as a barber center from behind the chair, looking to scale beyond that.
All right. That's what's up.
And so during the pandemic, I pivoted from career path in criminal justice and back into my passion of barbering. And I wanted to know within the scope of barbering and entrepreneurship, where does higher education fall? As a person who has been incarcerated, there's a correlation between lack of education and incarceration. However, I also know that plenty of business people and entrepreneurs say that you can build a successful business without being educated in terms of an institution. So Dr. Boyce, however, he said things along the lines of when education becomes an investment, generational wealth is created. And so within the scope of business and entrepreneurship in 2022, where does higher education fall, especially with the student loan crisis and the cost of things today?
You want to hop in?
Yeah, I'll hop from my side because I have a different side of that. But you go ahead.
Yeah. I smile because this question gets asked all the time, right? My wife has 3 degrees, okay? I have 0.
Come on.
My father has 3 degrees. I have 0. My stepmother has 3 degrees. I have 0. My best friends have 3 or 4 degrees. I have 0. Why did I say that? I'm connected to a community of highly educated, highly intelligent people who, if I need to tap into that resource, I can tap into that resource. School was not for me. I told my parents, I don't want to go. Please don't send me because it's not going to work out. They did not listen to me. They sent me. They got my first semester report and they were like, you are not going back. I told you. Went into the military, did some time there, came out. I started working jobs. I've been on my own since I was 18. And my parents would tell you, they did not have to do anything for me. I made it happen. So I said all that to say is, my daughter, she's 21, she's about to be a senior in college, she's gonna graduate with a Black Studies degree. I wanted her to be a lawyer, but she's gonna go and travel the world for a year and then come back and do some things in government. She helped get Ayanna Presley elected. She helped get Ed Markey elected. I'm proud for her, I support her, so I support education. But I know that I had a different path. So your education has to be your resource as well. So I'm educated, I just don't have a formal degree to prove it. I went to college, I did enough coursework to know how the whole college experience works. So you can't tell me that I can't do it. I also worked in education. Whoa, hello. I worked for Boston Public Schools, one of the biggest school systems in the country. Cambridge Public Schools, one of the most wealthiest. I worked there as an administrator. I didn't work there as a janitor. No offense to any janitor. I love them, I support them. But I worked there as an administrator. So how did I do that is the question. I use this. And I know the information that people need. I know how to build the right relationships. And I surround myself with some highly intelligent people.
I mean, real quick, I mean, really, he touched on it. Education is very important, right? But what are you educating yourself with, right? So us as entrepreneurs, the reason why we jump the track and move and grow quicker than someone who's just, you know, going out to get a degree is because we focus and we study what it is that we are into, right? So we don't have all these other things going on. But personal development, that's our education.
Yes.
You know, so I'm quite sure he reads multiple books. She reads multiple books. And also, we're not afraid to write a check. Don't be afraid to write a check to get the information that you need, that this brother can help you build and grow what it is that you're looking to, you know, build with your clothing design, right? So we invest in things that we, you know, like need to help us grow, not just the educational system. So personal development is very, very key, but you don't have to go through their system to get educated. We right here, we're educating each other, right? You know, right now. I just received something here, being in that audience, that I came up with, like, I got like a 7-figure idea off some information I just got here. And I couldn't have got there, and that's not to downplay the institutions, but they're not for everyone.
Right.
All right, one more, and then we're gonna make sure we get our formal conclusion, then you can hang around and ask questions. Before you ask the question, 2 things I wanna make sure we do. Take your phone out real quick, and I want you to text, because I wanna make sure I can send this video to everyone that is in, well, you have to get yours, John Life. That was for the audience, man. I'm gonna have to edit that part when he got up out the camera. That's all right. So put this number in to text message 216-299. Wait for some of you that are 1987. 299 1987. So a couple things I'm going to do, you can just text your name or have your phone number and your email address. I'm going to make sure I send you a link to this particular video so you can have it to be able to replay. And then if you text back your business, I'm going to make sure that we promote your business within every platform that we submit this video to. Is that okay? Is it okay we promote your business? All right. So because I know time sake wise, we didn't have an opportunity to be able to go around and ask each person who you are and what you do. Oh.
Okay, can you repeat?
The phone number?
I got the phone number, but what are we supposed to be putting in there?
Okay, just your name, your name and your email address.
Okay.
And then your business.
Okay.
Anything you want to share about your business, put it in there, and then we're going to create a way to be able to communicate that as the audience is looking at this video. They're going to be looking at your business as well. So I want to make sure that they know the network and the bank of brilliance and everything that was in this room. Because they couldn't see you, they can hear you, but now I'm going to make sure they know who was in this room as well. And it will try to keep you posted and then other things. I thought I talked to Dr. George Fraser about some other things that we can offer to this particular room for supporting this room for next year's conference. Anybody interested in a discount for next year's conference?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, so I'll be able to do some things for you because again, you know, we have a very long relationship. You had a question?
Yeah, I got the QR code that goes to the Google link so that y'all can fill out y'all information so that we can do the relationship building. And I built that in like 10 minutes. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
everything you did, and I know you from Austin, so like the tech college.
There you go. All right, cool. Well, y'all can make sure. So at the end, the only second thing I wanted to make sure we did is, if you don't mind, those of you that don't mind being on camera, I'd like for us to do one group picture, if you don't mind, to show the power of the Power Networking Conference. Is that okay to everybody? All right, so let's give this gentleman his question, and then after that, we'll conclude with that. And I'll also send you each person's up there information, so we'll be able to keep you all connected. And y'all feel free to connect with everybody while you're here too. So, question.
Thank you. So this question, I want to talk about diversity of your streams of income. And all of you have spoken to certain things. The keynote speakers have spoken to certain things, and they're doing a lot of different things. And besides investment, but more so the things that you got hands-on in, how are you choosing what you're going into? Because for me, the first thought that always comes to mind when I'm choosing my next stream is how does it relate to what I'm currently doing? But some of what you guys are doing is one is over here, one is over there, and I'm like, how are you going both sides?
All of mine complement each other.
Okay.
All of them complement each other. My passion is G relations, helping people have healthy relationships in their life, their career, and their spiritual journey. That's a passion. But I utilize a methodology that I created called the Big Idea. It's the cycle of all relationships, not just romantic, not just mentor-mentee, not just employee-employer. The Big Idea. The I stands for involve, the D stands for develop, E stands for engage, and the A is squared, it's acknowledge achievement. And if you can figure out how to do that in all of your relationships, you're gonna have success. How does that leak over into happy to invest? I build from those relationships and I teach that model to the people who are doing the small businesses that I invest in. You need to learn how to have a cycle in your relationships. This is the difference that I teach. A relationship doesn't have to be forever. It can have an ending point, but you should have an agreement on that. You should have an agreement to say, hey, this is where it ends. I acknowledge your achievement, acknowledge my achievement, thank you very much. Move on. Or you can agree that that cycle can continue. That's the healthy part. You have to have a healthy relationship in everything you do. So when I invest in your business, we need to have a healthy relationship. We're going to communicate 3 times a month. If you don't come to a meeting, we have a problem. That's unhealthy because we're not communicating. But then you call me 2 months later and said, you need help. I need help. I need help. That's a problem. Healthy relationships, building. That's G relations, but it leaks over into happy to invest in all of those relationships. HTI Title Code came out of happy to invest because I was investing in real estate, and in those rooms they say, hey, what are you offering? I said, okay, let me offer you something. HTI Title Code was born. This is all correlated, but happy to invest is the moneymaker. Because happy to invest, I sold a house and I funded HTI Title Code. You see what I'm saying? But everybody I meet, I can sign you up. We can do small business consulting, and I can coach you to your success. It all cross-pollinates for me because I made it make sense. All right?
All right.
But I have my hands in other things, but we don't have to talk about that right now.
You want to go on that?
Oh, I thought he was saying, all right.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So you're on the right track as far as making everything relate. Because I get that question a lot. Well, I like to sing, I like to dance, I like to cook, I like to be in nature. Just make sure that you're focused on one thing. And once you have that ready and set, then focus on another thing if it's completely different. But remember, your audience, they're gonna get confused if on Monday you're talking about real estate, and on Tuesday you're talking about credit repair, and on Wednesday you're talking about breeding dogs, and on Thursday you're talking about building Big Macs. They're gonna be like, wait, what does he do? So you have to have your focus on whatever is your main thing, and I like what you like, make it all relate. So for example, my speaking relates to mindset and what I do. My coaching relates to mindset and what I do. My products that you can buy online, firstclasslifeshop.com, relates to mindset and the lifestyle of creating your first class life. It all flows back to that same tree trunk. My self-care retreats, it's just another branch from the tree. Now, if I want to go start a makeup line, I'm not promoting that to my personal development audience, because they're going to be like, wait, what? Where did this come from? I'm likely going to build a whole new audience, but I got to make sure that this has a system and can run on its own, or I'm paying people to run it for me while I go spend energy on this. Because you only have so much energy that you can put to each different area. And so I have to decide, all right, I'm going to build this, have it running, then I can go focus on this other talent that I have. Or I like acting. Now I can focus on that because I got this running over here. Or you're paying somebody to run it. So however you want to make that work, but just know like how to focus. Get this thing going, then focus on something if it's completely different. But if it all relates, then it's easy. So keep that in mind, and then there's this analogy that I always remember, or maybe it's saying whatever, but whenever you're trying to catch all the rabbits, you end up catching none. So that's that catch one rabbit, put it in a cage. All right, you secured, now you go catch the next rabbit instead of trying to catch the whole family of rabbits at the same time. I like analogy.
Good job.
I'm a little different. I'm a little different. What's her name? Tavon? What's up there?
Tiana.
Lost chips, got Tiana V. Johnson.
Okay, Tiana V. Johnson just normalized me, right? Because I am a male version of her, right? So I have my hands in a multitude of things. I wanted to drive a decent car, right? A decent car. And I came up with the idea, well, you know what, why not start a luxury car rental business? And that way I can drive and make money off of it. See, my thoughts is, get more chickens and bring them into the chicken coop, right? Don't eat the chicken, eat the eggs, right? So I want to take the eggs that I gather from my main chicken, which was my foreign company, gather enough of those to start another business. But they all do connect some way, because I could drive the car, or two, and rent it out. But I'm not personally attached to any of the cars that we have in our luxury car rental. And nor have I, and Rick, he's supposed to be showing me how to not look like, because I don't want to give a false thing out there that I'm looking to attract you because the cars that I have, right? So I don't really promote, I don't know how to promote that yet without giving that look off, right? I don't want to, like, okay, you see me getting out of Rolls Royce and like, but I'm trying to sell you that I got a Rolls Royce. That's not my intention, so I hadn't did that yet, and so Rick is supposed to be helping me with that. But the reason why I'm able to invest in different businesses and have different businesses, because I'm not the one running it. So that's where the opportunity comes for me to invest into other people, right? So I keep my main thing the main thing, and I keep making sure that my chicken is healthy so it can produce more eggs, so I can gather those eggs and invest in other chickens. So I invest into 360 spinners, right? I invest into luxury life luxury rentals, which we have luxury cars and Airbnbs. So I invest into other people who are going to do 85% of the work or 90% of the work. You give me my 10, my 15%. I got 10 different investments, so that makes up 100% of my investments, but I'm also getting 100% of what I do. Right? So that's how you can diversify that and not be all over the place by actually investing into people. That's what they do, right? So I'm just here to grow them, and that's how I established the business, not the business coach, but the growth. So I help you grow your business. So I like what you're doing. I see it's a great opportunity. I may invest in you and let you run it, because I can't. No, I'm not looking to run that business. So.
All right. All right. All right. Did anyone take away any value today from this evening's super coaching session? By a round of applause. All right. So what we're going to do, very much thank you all for just joining us this evening. Continue to enjoy the conference. For those of you that want to step up front to take our group picture, I'm just going to hit the button. When you get up there, you'd have to stand somewhere between where that guy is at and where this guy is at. Well, we'll step back with it. But if you want to be in the picture, for those of you that not, definitely continue to enjoy the conference. Send me your information so I can promote you. So yeah. So
for any of you, make sure you follow me on social media.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when you get up there, the first thing I want to make sure you all say is, once you all get up there, I want to make sure that you three say your information on how we can reach you as well on here, and I'll go send that out to everyone as well. So, all right, that's good. Yeah, thank you. All right. Anyone else to jump into our picture? I appreciate it. Anyone else jumping in our picture? I appreciate it. Anyone else jump in our picture? Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, that was good. All right, let's see.
Which one first?
Ladies, y'all getting in, or where y'all at? We waiting on y'all two over there? Y'all good? No, okay. All right, let's see. Can we see everybody?
Super coaches.
Right. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, super coaches. 1, 2, 3, super coaches. All right, hold on. And then also we're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, super coaches.
Everybody make a crazy face, because these pictures get boring when you got.
Oh, yeah. All right. On the count of 3, super crazy face. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, and then before you get out, let's go from the left to the right. The name, before you left. All right, that's cool. Just how do we reach you? Well, we start with the young lady first, and then how do we reach you for the audience online?
I am at Lindsay Vertner on all social media platforms, nice and consistent, as long as you spell my name right, LINDSEYVERTNER. You can visit me at liveafirstclasslife.com if you're looking for a coach or a speaker to help you increase your clarity, confidence, and live a first-class life full of purpose, fulfillment, and happiness. And I have a free resource for y'all. Go to Take Action Download to download your free action plan guide so that you can start taking action on your goals effectively today.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. All right. Great job.
My name is Gary Ratliff Jr., so I'm going to spell that out because it's at GARRYRATLIFF Jr. So Gary Ratliff Jr., all social media handles, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. The website is grelations.com. That's grelations.com.
All right. Thank you. Great job. And Mr. Jalife.
All right, my name is JalifeAli.com. So that's where you can find all of our social media content. You can follow me on Instagram at Life Lessons Media, as well as Renew Flooring, Ohio.
All right, cool. All right, great round of applause and thank you. All right. That's it. All right, thank you all. Appreciate it. Great job. Make sure y'all network with each other and have a wonderful. What the third? What y'all do?
Make sure you get a card. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I don't have a size.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Text me too. That's what it's all about. Good, right?
My coach, she's on it together.
I know, it'll be good. Which one do You're welcome. Thank you.
Trucker hats.
Of course.
I know that's what
Well, one reason I manufacture all my clothes in my house and I make them. So if I need a size, I'll just add a size on there and make it. It's a psychological game. It's about to sell out. A size that I'm not carrying, that I already sold out of, like sell zeroed out. Well, I have items from all the way to 5X, so you can get your size. You can buy it online. So if person I carry up to 3X, I'm trying to carry to any big size you can. No, it doesn't say one up. It says the X on the side and sold out.
After that, then you can see
Let me correct that. I just so I have 4 adults and 3 young. I mean 2 teenagers. And actually the 18.
I saw that right. What's your G code? And there are other ministry companies there, so they make me start to be able to
I don't care about my
and so that's it is passion. I work in my group now. Okay. So that's something that like you said, like primary sports, things like that. Like, okay,
this has been like showing them. I told somebody yesterday, like, maybe show them. It's just like a word.
All the different lessons. And I think you're saying,
not going there. I tell you we're local. I don't know. But that Are you a mom? Ever call me? Every night. You don't have money. You don't have time. You take a nap, go right here. Whatever you need to do, okay? And no matter how big.